I see, you all can see my screen. As Mark said, my name is Rosie Coronado, and I will show you our CRM for Outlook solution today. So what is CRM for Outlook? It's really that you have everything at your fingertips. It's very sales driven. You have everything at your fingertips when you log on to Outlook, and you can pull up SAP information, customer information in your Outlook. You do not have to be logged on to SAP. You don't even have to have the client running. Okay, so right now with our pandemic, what we just went through for month and month, a lot of people, we are jumping on it because they were working from home. They are not used to working from home, and they could do their sales orders, sales quotation activities in Outlook without VPN to SAP, and get all the information needed in Outlook. So what can you do from Outlook? With CRM for Outlook? Yes, you can add new business partners anytime. You can run your own reports, and I will touch that on. You can create activities, service calls, quotes, and so on. You can also pull up open quotes, open documents. For example, if I put in a quote and I forgot something, Mark can pull it up and just edit it and add more items or less items, whatever. Of course, we prefer more items. And you can also, you're integrated in your Outlook calendar. You can create an activity. Of course, it flows back to SAP. It's all real time. Anything you do in Outlook, you don't have to synchronize anything. I do an activity in Outlook, it goes straight into SAP, and anybody who is working in SAP can see that activity right away. Okay, and you can also make it so it shows up on your Outlook calendar as a reminder. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into the system right away. I am a big believer on seeing it and not having so many slides. So here is my Outlook, and you see I have this email highlighted, and you see on top I have two more tabs because I have a business partner tab, and we will go through that, and I have a My tab, and I will explain that. Okay, so if I go to a different email, you see it changed because the email is recognized in my SAP database. So this email is a contact person for Microchip. This email is a contact person for Protomex. Okay, so I get all the information right away. Just imagine, even if you're not a salesperson, even if you're an account manager, you had the company, your customer has a new controller. It's working itself in and emails you and says, hey, what's our account balance? Can you tell me? You have it right here. You owe me $4,900. Then maybe the person asks you, what do I have open? What invoices do I have open? You have two air invoices open, one for $150, one for $6,500. Here are the invoice numbers. Maybe the customer asks you, what was the amount for $6,500 or for $150? You click on it and you can look at that invoice. It comes up, you can tell them right away what you ordered, what this invoice was made of. Okay, so it's real time, it pulls it from SAP. This is an open invoice. I'm gonna close out of there. If you want to look at the business partner information, you just click into the golden arrow, which we all know from SAP Business One, and here is your SAP Business Partner information. You have the General tab, you have the Contacts and Address tab, you have the Properties, you have the User-Defined Fields, and even from here you can create new activities, service call, and all those documents. And I'll get back to that, okay? If you travel, imagine you're in a hotel. I used to do that a lot before all this happened, and you have to visit somebody. You just click on here, and what this does, it opens up Google Map for you. And it's right there. I know we all have GPS now, but I think it's a very nice feature. You can also call a customer from here, from any app from your computer. So if you go here, you see sales here today compared to last year. You see it calculates it for you. Sales month to date, compare. from last year. And those are all documents for this business partner. Those are total. You cannot really drill back here because those are in the closed ones. You see 131 invoices in total, but it gives you some KPIs here, some percentage, some calculations. Yes, the balance. If I go here, those are the top 5 items sold for 2020. This customer, I guess they only sold 3 items so far in total, but those are the top 5 items sold for this year. Of course, this will reset in 2021, but it lists up to 5 items. Here you can display user-defined fields. This is very popular. I get that question on every demo. It said, hey, can I see user-defined fields from the business partner? Absolutely. And you select what you want to see. Here are all my user-defined fields. Now, this is business partner. You have everything here, everything you need. Right here, you have your contact person information. So this is Vicky. She's a consultant. That's her phone number. Maybe I want to send her a new email. I don't want to send her a reply to the existing email. You just click here. Or you say, okay, I don't want to send Vicky an email. Those are all my contact people, and I'm going to send this person an email. So very flexible. Right here, you have the user-defined fields from the contact person. If you have user-defined fields from the contact person, yes, you can display it here. If any of you uses MailChimp, Boyum has a MailChimp integration. And what you can see here is in which mailing list that person is. So you have some information about MailChimp here. If you need more information about that, you just let Mark know, and we can set up a demo on that. But all this is a contact person related. Now I'm going to go over here. I have this track. So if I click in here, I have 2 trackings. Let me look. It's actually that email. That means sticky notes. This doesn't flow back into SAP Business One. This is for you for Outlook. I call them sticky notes because a lot of times you're like, oh, I got to go back to this email. Let me track it. So if I track it now, it's actually going to delete it, meaning I took care of this email. I can get rid of it, my sticky note. I'm going to throw it in the trash. Now I only have 1 tracking. This is concerning a sales order, and I can pull up the sales order straight from here. This is a sticky note. I have to do something. Okay, you just click on it and you see it changed to 2, and my email is tracked. And maybe I say, hey Mark, I tracked an email for this customer. Can you go in there? They sent me this email. What should we do about it? Okay, so those are your sticky notes. But then you have this create new activity. You also have it here. You can do it within the business partner. Of course, you can do it here. Let's do an activity. Let's do an activity, and you see this email has an attachment. You see right here, and I'm going to click activity. It tells me I already have an activity for this email, but it's a demo folder, so I'm okay with that. It copies in the subject, the remarks, it copies in the email. You know, I tell it what it is. I maybe say, you know what, put it on my Outlook calendar also, and this is the date I'm choosing. And then you see right here, I have an attachment. You know why? Because I have attachment set up, and this is something Mark's team can help you. You set that up when you install the server component. And that means once you have it set up, if you get an email and it has an attachment and you create an activity, it attaches it to the activity, which is beautiful. And of course, it flows back into SAP Business One. If this email would have had 3 attachments, of course, all those 3 attachments would show up. You still can link documents. You're used to that. If you do activities, you can say, you know what, it's concerning this sales order, just like you would do in SAP. But now you guys are all familiar with this fields because it's SAP fields. But now I'm going to go here, create a meeting in Outlook. I love it because I need to get reminded. You know, I used to think, oh, I'll remember. I don't. I can only remember so much. So I'm going to say, create this in Outlook. And not only do I want a reminder in Outlook, I'm going to invite somebody. Because you know what? Derek needs to be with me when this meeting is created. In my case, it's a phone call, but you get the, you know what I mean, because you have the activity types and so on in here. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click Save and Close. This is your Add button, okay, in SAP. I'm going to click Save and Close. And what's going to happen, it's on the other screen, I get the invite. I get the invite and I'm going to invite Derek. Okay, so it will put it on Derek's machine on his Outlook calendar on June 29th at 10:31. It's funny time. And I'm going to send it. There we go. So he has it on his calendar. He gets the invite for me. And if I go right here, if I go to my Outlook calendar, and if I go to the 29th, you see right here, here it is. It is real time. It puts it in here. And what I like, it puts the email body in here too. And I have SAP running. And again, you do not need to have it running. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull it up. And I'm going to show you that the activity is there. Because I want to be, I'm a big believer on real-time data. Here it is. That's the activity, June 29th. You see right here, there's my link document, the sales order we did, and there's my attachment. It's real time. I can say that enough because that's what we want. We want real data. So let me go back here. And of course, you can do a service call, sales opportunity, quotation. Let's go into quotation. So you can create a quotation, for example, and I'm going to do, you see, I always use the same, the same items because I know I'm going to say is Mark ordered this and it all looks good. So I do a quote and I'm going to save it. So I have the quote in for this. Now it's under my open documents, under my quotes. I can see it right here. Here it is. Today is the 4th. Absolutely, this is the quote. You see description mark. That's my reference. I can pull it up. I made a mistake. Pull it up, change it. Or let's say Mark actually, let's say Kathleen works in the office and she's just on SAP right now. And I'm going to go in again. And as I said, you don't need to have that, okay? I just want to show you the real time stuff. So I'm going to go in here and there is Mark's quote. And then maybe Kathleen said, you know what, he forgot to add another item or the customer called her or for whatever reason. And she's going to put a note in here, okay? And actually I have and I'm going to say, yes, I want to save that. And she made an update, okay? And I'm going to go back to my Outlook. So you keep working and then maybe the customer calls Mark again. Hey, Mark, you know what? I like the quote. It's good. Please go ahead and make it a sales order. So if he goes into the quote, he sees right away, hey, there was another item added and he sees also the remarks. Okay, so this is, I'm not going back to SAP Business One, but I want you to see it's real time. That's what I like so much. Here you see also if anything is tracked, and you can create a new activity from here that attaches the quote and so on. Many things you can do. But now this is the quote. It looks good. He can also copy to a sales order from here. You know, like in SAP, and then maybe you change something or whatever you need to do. And he says save and close. Oops, need my delivery date. And I'm going to click save and close, and now the sales order was added and the quote is closed, and the same thing is happening in SAP. Okay, here's kind of the timeline what I did. You see, we did I did an invoice today for this customer. Actually, I did in SAP. I did a sales quote and so on. So it walks you kind of through the timeline. So if you have, or if I'm going to go here, actually it hasn't refreshed yet. If I go here, sales report, if anybody of you, and I hope you all say yes by the end of this demo, you have our usability package. Our usability package is where you can customize your SAP the way you want it and validate your SAP. If you have this, you can actually add your reports also. You can add SQL reports. So maybe I want a report that gives me all the open credit memos and open credit invoices. And of course, if I go to a different customer, it's gonna refresh and it's a different data because it looks at my business partner. How cool is this that you can have your own SQL reports in Outlook? It's pulling the data from SAP. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Again, there is one. Oh, I'm on the wrong business partner. Let's go back here. I'm gonna go here. You see sales quote, it refreshed, it's only 3, and I have it a sales order. I need to close some, as you can see. Okay, you can review it here. Those are all my open sales order, and this is the one. Remember, due date 6/19. Here is my sales order. We just did actually in CRM for Outlook. So maybe you say, well, I want to look up a different customer. Or maybe you say you just got an email. I got an email from Kathleen, and I'm like, oh, nothing comes up. You know why? Because she is not a contact in SAP. You're fine with that. She has nothing to do with my SAP. I go to a different one, it comes up again. But maybe she is the one. She's a new controller. Hey, she is a contact with Maxitech, maybe. She's a new contact with Maxitech. All you do is do a search here and say, okay. And right away, she just asks what open items they have. And here she has 6 invoices open. I can tell her right away the invoice numbers. And I can tell her right away what the balance is. This one has a bigger balance. That's why it's kind of like this. You got to hover the mouse over it if it's a bigger balance. You have everything at your fingertips. But now maybe you want to find a different customer. So you go in here and say, let me check out perimeter technology, or how you spell it. I think it's with an A, sorry. You need 3 letters in here, okay? So it's pulling all the business partners. They have PAR, and maybe we want to look at perimeter technology. So even if you don't have an email, it's not a problem. You go in here, you click on it. You see all the contact people. You see all the open items. You can sort them, of course. So you're going to say, oh, this activity, they're asking about this activity or about this sales order, whatever. You can open it up straight from here. So you still have all the information. Those are all the trackings. Those are all my sticky notes. Okay, so you still have everything at your fingertips. And you can say, oh, there's a new contact I need to add, and you can just type it in. Or you say, I'm going to go out to my Outlook calendar and pull one in from there because I do have this contact in my Outlook calendar. Or maybe you say, okay, I want to add a new business partner. There we go. I'm going to do a customer, lead, or supplier. Add it. Absolutely, it flows back into SAP Business One. Of course, you can set authorization, who can do that or who can't. Okay, so you have totally flexibility. You also can add more than one database. And what you're gonna happen here, let me just show you this one. This contact is in more than one business partner. So I see here which customer you want to work on because she is a contact from all those 3. I want to pull this one up because I'm a contact. I guess I'm using my email for this one also. I'm a contact person for this business partner. And the same is with companies. If you add a new business partner and you have 2 companies connected, it's going to ask you, hey, which database you want to put it in. Okay, so all this is customer related. A couple more things. I love the reports. You need the usability package, but then we have some settings. Let me go in here really quick, just in case you don't know. Let's go to that. When you create an activity, I want to put it on the calendar. Perfect. But maybe Mark says, well, I really want to do when I create, maybe I'm in SAP and I create an activity called meeting. You see right here, it's kind of greenish. I want it to go on my Outlook calendar too. Yes, you can do it the other way around. You just turn this on and you say, I want to sync it every 5 minutes. So if I create an activity in SAP, you can also put it on your Outlook calendar. Track. I don't know if anybody uses it already. Set settings for automatically create an activity on tracking an email. How cool is that? That was a request. It says if I activity on track. So I want to create an activity type other. When I click on track and send or attach email to activity. So what this does is if you say a new email, I don't know which one to do, but I just show it to you. You go track and send and then click send. And then this configuration will come in. I just showed you. So you can track, you can create an activity automatically when you click track and send. And that's totally up to you how you have it configured here. Okay, so all this, but Mark's team can help you with that. So all this is business partner related. I have everything here. I mean, I really don't miss anything. If you think about it, I don't miss anything. I have all my sales information here. I never have to go into SAP Business One. Now I'm going to go here. I'm a salesperson and I don't care about what MaxiTech is going on right now. I'm going to, what is me? What do I have going on? Me as the salesperson, me as the user. I really don't want to say salesperson a lot of times because any user can do it. Accounting can do it, can use that really well. So me as the user, what do I have going on? Oh, I have 5 sales quotations. They're all overdue. You see the red. I have all those invoices open. I have a lot of sales orders. Oh my gosh, I gotta really close them. So those are all due. And then those are my sales year to date, my sales month to date compared to last year. I'm doing really bad. Gotta change some settings. And those are my total documents. That's all me. If you look, there's Microchip, there's Machina Corporation. So it's different business partner because I deal with different business partners. These are my activities. If you do purchasing, if you have stuff in purchasing, you cannot create a purchase order in there, but you know what you can do? You can make it, oops, sorry about that. You can make it so it shows purchase orders too, just in case, and you're purchasing year to date. Okay, then I like this. This is overdue. Of course, I have a lot. I hope yours will never look like that. That's a no-no. That I'm going to show you what not to do. You should have only maybe one overdue. This was all overdue. Looks at the due date. And then this is upcoming. I have nothing upcoming, but for that activity I just created, if I actually go back and change it to today's date or tomorrow's date, the activity would come up, or your sales order or your sales quotation. Hey, this is upcoming. You need to take care of it. I love this. Another reminder. You just don't have to, you have the sticky notes over here for the business partner, and then you have your own reminder when something is due, when your activity is due, and so on. And now you can have your own reports here. Those reports are business partner related, but when I go over here, those are just regular reports. Watch this. I click on it. This is a report that lists all the customers and their balances. So just imagine, maybe it's an SQL report, so you can do whatever you want. Maybe you only pull where you are the salesperson. So you have everything at your fingertips. Just imagine how flexible you can do, how many reports you can. I don't know what this is. It's an ugly one. I'm sorry, but you see, you can have more than one report. You can even have a graph report. So if I go here, add SQL report, those are my, I'm going to do the same here. Those are my SQL reports from B1 Up, and I say I want a chart. Okay, and it adds it. That's how simple it is, because it lists you the reports you did already in oh, I didn't, let me see if I just did something wrong. Sorry. It shows you let's try this again. Oh, it probably hasn't refreshed yet. Hold on 1 second. I'm typing. No, it's just probably the name. But you can do as many reports as you want. Okay. So this is your data. This is business partner data. So now, Mark, we can actually open it up for questions. I wanted to show you the graph report. I'm so sorry. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I think, Mark, I have you on mute. I'm so sorry. I'm going to unmute everybody. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say all unmute. You can mute yourself. And you please ask questions. If you prefer, you can put it in the chat. I have somebody actually who's looking at the chat and read out the questions, but you should be able now to unmute yourself. But one more thing before we do that, let's just do a recap. My slides, I did the slides a little bit different. You saw the account balance, you saw the open documents, you know you can edit the documents, you saw that you can do your custom reports. You see your KPIs, what sell year to date, month to date. You see the top 5 items sold for this year. And here you see again on my data, what is happening with me, what's going on, what do I have upcoming, what's overdue, and my sales year to date. And you see the reporting I always do circle because that's one of the great features also if you have B1 Usability Package. I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed it. And yeah, as I said, if anything else comes up, contact your partner. I sure enjoyed showing you the software.
Thank you, Rosie. Nice job.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Stay safe, okay? Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye.